Is Baba Yaga the same as the Boogieman? No, you already have your answer, but we assure you, if you stay until the end of the video, you'll encounter some chilling stories about this eerie Slavic legend. The tales just might transport you back to those childhood nights, huddled under the covers, listening to spine-tingling stories that haunted your dreams. According to legend, Baba Yaga originated with the devil. Scholar Vasily Levshin explains, wishing to create the ultimate essence of evil, the devil cooked 12 wicked women together in a pot. To capture their essence, he inhaled the steam and then, without thinking, spat into the pot. From this mixture emerged Baba Yaga, the embodiment of perfect evil. She is depicted as a gigantic, ugly old hag who lives in a cabin built on 4 tall chicken legs, capable of spinning around or moving at her command. She is often seen standing over her stove or sprawling across the entire space of her hut, with her enormous nose touching the ceiling. When she leaves her house, she travels in a mortar, using a pestle to propel herself with one hand, while holding a broom in the other, to sweep away any trace of her tracks. It was believed that Baba Yaga, also known as Grandmother Witch, lurked in the woods, feeding on children. She would send her geese flying through the skies, searching for her next meal. She would then cook and eat them, using their remains for various purposes, such as using their bones to decorate her dwelling, or incorporating them into her potions and spells. It is one of the most common stories you'll hear about this enigmatic creature. But as you delve deeper, you'll quickly discover she is a far more complex figure. In fact, there's a book that features 23 interpretations of her character, highlighting how Baba Yaga combines elements of the Wicked Witch and the fairy godmother tropes to embody a role that is ultimately more unpredictable and powerful than either of those archetypes. You might be wondering how a child-eating grandma could ever be considered a fairy godmother? Well, Eastern European folklore features a fairy tale quite similar to the well-known Cinderella, called Vasilisa the Beautiful. The story goes how, after Vasilisa was intentionally sent to the woods to meet her demise at the hands of Baba Yaga, the Wicked Witch instead aids her in ridding herself of her evil stepmother and stepsisters by sending them a skull filled with fire, which ultimately consumes them. What unites all Baba Yaga stories is the varied portrayal of her character, sometimes as an almost heroine and other times as a villain. The point is that her essence exists in many cultures and many stories, and symbolizes the duality inherent within us all. The acceptance of our shadows, dark desires, and the freedom to act as we please whenever we please. That's why she is often compared to trickster gods, with many scholars drawing parallels between her and Loki, the Norse god of mischief. They exhibit ambiguity in their intentions and actions, possessing the ability to be helpful or harmful depending on their mood or motivations. Additionally, both possess shape-shifting abilities, challenge authority figures and societal norms, and are associated with chaos and disruption. Now, although traditionally depicted as a figure associated with darkness, evil, cannibalism, and death, Baba Yaga is fundamentally a transformative force. Her defiance of societal norms allows her to act instinctively on her desires, and in doing so, she alters the lives of those who come into contact with her. In another tale, a girl named Anya wandered the woods, stumbling upon the infamous hut, with its walls made of human bones and its roof thatched with skulls. Before she could flee, the ground beneath her feet began to tremble, and the hut itself seemed to come alive, twisting and turning on its chicken legs. From the darkness emerged Baba Yaga herself, her eyes glowing with malevolent fire. "You dare to trespass in my domain, little one?" Baba Yaga's voice was like the rumble of thunder, sending shivers down Anya's spine. But Anya stood her ground, fueled by her determination and defiance. She pleaded with Baba Yaga for knowledge and wisdom, promising to offer anything in return. Impressed by the girl's bravery, the Wicked Witch agreed to grant her request. She imparted upon Anya ancient secrets and forbidden knowledge, warning her of the consequences of misuse. So even though she is never depicted as kind, loving, or welcoming, except when she thinks she is meeting her evening meal, Baba Yaga always sparks change in the life of the central character or characters and provides the necessary elements for their transformation and liberation. Some scholars go as far as to suggest that Baba Yaga is the Slavic equivalent of Persephone, the Greek goddess of the underworld. Their dual nature, encompassing both life and death, echoes the universal themes of transition and transformation we discussed. This comparison stems from their shared associations with death and the supernatural realm. In those stories, Baba Yaga guides a lost soul through the underworld, akin to Persephone's role in leading souls to the afterlife. And just when you think the story has reached its end, it takes one last, unexpected turn. Our forest, which is also said to guard the mystical fountain of youth deep within the heart of the forest. The fountain was described as shimmering with a radiant glow, its waters possessing the power to restore youth and vitality to anyone who drank from it. Whoever conceived the idea of pairing someone who embodies death with a place of rejuvenation was truly ingenious. This allows us to understand how the goal of her character is to embody the qualities that individuals often deny within themselves, including selfishness, violence, spite, and greed. Once these traits are acknowledged, they can be neutralized by the better aspects of one's nature, such as kindness, consideration, gratitude, and helpfulness, which are typically epitomized in the central character of every tale revolving around the Wicked Witch. Ultimately, while not as terrifying as the Boogieman, Baba Yaga stands out as one of the most intriguing figures in Slavic mythology.